My courtesy to our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Reynaldo Giliena, Assistant Schools Division Superintendents, Dr. Jinky Ferman, and Dr. Marilyn Diduyo. Our Cluster 6 Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Janito Ogalan, which is here today. Good morning, Sir John. Welcome again to Santo Niño National High School and salamat sa pagbisita sa Makausab, sir. And we would like also to acknowledge our 20 school heads and 20 participating schools in the cluster and to all our teachers. Ohayo gozaimasu, good morning. Madayaw, teachers of Cluster 6. Magsadya ta karong adlaw. Tama, magsadya ta because today is an exciting and amazing day because we will be what? May hinihintay po tayo ngayong araw na ito and everyone is so excited for our PBB. So, stay connected with us, stay tuned, and be active on our online platform for this morning. Again, madayaw, teachers of Cluster 6, and welcome to our virtual Mid-Year Performance Review and Evaluation 2022. Live here at Santo Niño National High School Media Production Studio, I am Donmart M. Hernandez from Santo Niño National High School, privileged and honored to be your host today. Without any more things to say, let us begin our 4th day of in-service training by singing our national anthem, followed by a prayer, Tayo'y Dabawenyo, Regional Hymn, Division Hymn, and Cluster 6 Hymn through an audio-visual presentation.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم آمين يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم اجمع شامل المسلمين والكريستيان والأمة في مدينة دباو وسلم دائما مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في بلدنا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times we have offended you, when we forget to acknowledge your presence in the image of our brothers and sisters, and for moments we fail to be good stewards of the blessings you have given us. Continue to guide and protect each one of us, Lord, that we may always walk in the light of your everlasting love and mercy. Grant us, Father, with your comfort in times of distress and with your strength in times of weakness. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with the prayer and the intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Manama, mawantog ka. Warpo ko iling ko'y ko. O Diyos, kahibulungan ka. Busa ikaw lang ang simbahon ko. Busa ikaw lang ang alagaran ko.
region, pinanggang yuta, may bukid apong halaging taas. Haring agilan na sudnong langgam, waling-waling hanas sa kamulakan. May ulawan, haring durian, lubiong saging, lugas na mian, yutang ginahan sa Davao Elyo, makugihong mga tao. Ang milangko, mga probinsya, mga dakbayan nagkahiusa, may gituuhan nga Dios, Davao de Oro, Davao Oriental, del Norte Occidental, del Sur, siyudad sa Davao, Panabutagong, Samal Island, Mati ug Dios. Davao Region, di panalikdan, mga bahanding kinaiyahan, yutang tabunok, daghanang lindot, nga kapanginabuhian. Garbo sa tanan ng Davao Region, among yutang agipanggan.
City division, to thee we pledge our loyalty, our city's pride and honor, the future we will shape through thee. Hail quality education, we shall strive head, hand, heart and soul. Hard work, unceasing effort, we shall cling till we reach our goal. Let's be filled with gladness, dedication and deep commitment, for in the youth lies our nation's hope. Dedication and vision, with divine guidance will never fail. The fountainhead of wisdom, through thee our nation lives. Together we march onward, prosperity. Let's be filled with gladness, dedication and deep commitment, for in the youth lies our nation's hope. For in the youth lies our nation's hope.
Marching on to their glory streets, counting all life descends from heaven, leaving all hopes and endless care. Lord, harvest the master's seeds, see that all that belongs to thee, see the dawn strong hill early light, we sing through the mist of mornings, where she will like the twilight's last day. Complete and sweet unity, commitment, collaboration, compassion, character, needless to know that we serve, we live, we present. by example that brings peace and unites humanity. Heroes of every dream, marching on to their glorious feet. Fountain of life descends from heaven, healing all hopes and endless scale. Competence, creativity, commitment, collaboration, compassion, character. Ministry of excellence, competence, creativity, commitment, collaboration, compassion, character. Ministry of excellence. Heroes of every dreamer, marching on to their glorious feet. Fountain of life descends from heaven, giving all hopes and endless faith. For colors that masters see.
Once again, good morning everyone. A cold and rainy morning to all, especially to our Facebook and YouTube viewers. Kumusta po kayong lahat dyan? Isang makulimlim at malamig na umaga sa ating lahat. How are you to all our Cluster 6 teachers? Kumusta po kayong lahat? Nakapamahaw na bata? Nakapangapin na batang tanan? So, I hope that everyone is okay today. Everyone is feeling good. No on-site man or no off-site ato ang work karon, still I am praying and hoping that everyone is good. So again, I am Danmart M. Hernandez from Santo Niño National High School. Indeed, today is really an amazing and exciting day for all of us because finally, it's our 4th day on our in-service training. Hooray to everyone nga nakasugakod, no? Even though dagan ag challenges, especially sa atong internet connections, but still nakapadayon, naka-join gihapon ta karong adlaw. Still congratulations to everyone. And yesterday, we all witnessed a presentation of online demo teaching of some of chosen teachers in their field of expertise. And indeed, it was a fruitful session. So congratulations to our demonstrators yesterday. And now, it's time to read some shout-outs from our avid viewers in Facebook and YouTube. Encouraging also everyone to be active on our social media platforms. Okay, we have here a shout-out coming from Ma'am Marifes Selgas Caguco Remoticado. When the cold morning strikes and the raindrops fall, we will continue to listen the last day of our Cluster 6 Empre. Padayon sa paglambo, kaguruan. Wow, thank you so much, Ma'am Marifet. Padayon lang yun taani. Go, 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 Cluster 6. Another shout-outs coming from GB Dagatan, Ma'am Glidel Dagatan from Santo Niño National High School. A wonderful day to everyone. Yes, it is really a wonderful day. Watching from Santo Niño National High School. God bless and keep safe, everyone. Yeah, keep safe to all. We also have here shout-outs from Real TV. Uy, buti pa si Sir or si Ma'am ba ito. Madayaw na adlaw kamayo tibo. Watching from Matina Biao National High School. Magsadya kita ha. Padayon Cluster 6, mabuhay ang Cluster 6, Ministerium Excellentiae, Empre Day 4, Excellentiam ito. Okay. Hi sir, mabuhay talaga ang Cluster 6. We also have from Ma'am Marivic Yawan. Have a fabulous Friday morning po. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Thank you Lord for this day. Happy Friday all. Teacher Denden of Los Amigos National High School. Mabuhay. Happy Friday, ma'am. Have a fabulous day. And to all the teaching force of Los Amigos National High School. Now, let's proceed to the next part of our program wherein that despite the overwhelming consequences of the pandemic, this global outbreak has also been an extraordinary time for learning. We are learning how adaptable and resilient the educational system, policymakers, teachers, students, and stakeholders. Today, let us have on screen the presentation of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan for the face-to-face preparations.
To our ever supportive and dynamic public schools district supervisor, Dr. Jonito Ogalan, to our workaholic school heads of Cluster 6, beloved teachers, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, I'll present to you the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan Plus of Bartholomew Integrated School for the school year 2021-2022 for face-to-face preparation. During the school year 2020-2021, Philippine schools faces a sudden shift in the format of education brought by COVID-19 pandemic. School leaders are recognizing the need to prepare the schools for remote learning in order to prevent the spread of the unseen virus that continually mutating to a more destructive and fatal effect to human lives. Shifting to a remote or virtual learning and distance learning model requires thoughtful planning and coordination, and school leaders are advised that this particular document is not intended to serve as a step-by-step guide for rapid shifts to emergency remote instruction. Rather, it should be used to thoughtfully inform the development of an extended continuity of learning plan to be used in the event that the school will experience extended closures in the future. This BELCP Plus was made possible through the collaborative effort of the teaching staff, parents, barangay officials, and the whole community of Bartholomew Integrated School. This is the enhanced version of the Learning Continuity Plan of school year 2020-2021, a proactive strategy on achieving the goal of the Sulong Igdokalidad program by planning ahead to lessen future challenges and difficulty in the delivery of a remote and inclusive distance learning delivery modality. To prepare every learner to acquire the highest level of academic performance and to become an independent learner and a champion in developing oneself through the most essential learning delivery modality that suits their level of learning and capacity. Next, we have the operationalization of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan Plus. First is the learning strategies and modalities. The most essential learning competencies, or the MELCs, is the primary reference in the implementing the learning delivery approaches. Letter A is the learning strategies and modalities. We have the case stage, number of pupils, number of classes, the modalities, which is the printed module, then the teacher days in school on rotation basis. For case stage 1, This includes kindergarten up to grade 3, 145 number of pupils, 4 classes, then 4 classes for printed module. For K-Stage 2, this includes grade 4 to up to grade 6, 97 number of pupils, 4 classes, then 4 classes for printed module. Then K-Stage 3, this includes grade 7 up to grade 10, 208 number of pupils, 7 classes, then 7 classes for printed module. Then teachers will report 3 days on site and 2 days work from home. We have a total of 450 number of pupils from kindergarten up to grade 10. For number of classes, we have 15, and the number of classes for printed module is 15 also. For the learning materials, from kindergarten up to grade 10, learners will be given printed self-learning modules, the learning activity sheets, the supplementary learner materials, and the reading materials, okay, which is the books donated from the stakeholders. For the manner of conducting printed module and physical reporting of teachers, we schedule them by day. Okay, so on Monday, the kinder, the grade 1, the grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10 will visit the school. Then on Tuesday, the kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. For Wednesday, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5. For Thursday, we have grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, and grade 7. And for Friday, we have grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10. We have also prepared the weekly home learning plan. So this weekly home learning plan will serve as a guide of the planning of the teachers in devising the learning continuity at home. For materials needed, so the following materials will be the priority for partnership engagement in the delivery of the proposed learning continuity plan. Okay, we needed printer or the copier, the computer ink for the reproduction of SLMs and learning activity sheets, and of course a bond paper. For the assessment, the following forms of assessment will be conducted. The first one is the written works. This includes the summative and the written output. Number 2 is the performance task. The performance task in the project output. Then we're going to maximize the utilization of Project Leap in the assessment of pupils profiling. Letter B, we have the readiness of school in case limited face-to-face shall be conducted. For K-Stage 1, the number of classes is 4. Okay, class size is 15. Then the frequency, 2 days on AM, PM. Then shifting will happen every Tuesday and Thursday. So subjects for inclusiveness, we have the MTB, English, and Filipino. K-Stage 2, number of classes is 4, class size 15. 2 days on AM, PM. Shifting will happen every Wednesday and Friday. Then subject for inclusiveness, English, Math, Science, and Filipino. For K-Stage 3, we have 7 number of classes. Class size is 15. 2 days on AM, PM. Shifting will happen every Monday and Thursday. Then subjects for inclusiveness are English, Filipino, Science, and Math. So this readiness plan is intended for implementation for the first, second week in case limited face-to-face is granted by the President, subject for revisions on the third week implementation period. For the minimum health standards, strict implementation of the following health safety protocols will be observed. Letter A, no face masks, face shields, no entry policy. Triads for contact tracing. Then we have the proper hand washing activities. The activation of COVID-19 task force for proper case handling and management. Continuation of the minimum health standard. The following shall be provided to teachers and personnel as a minimum health safety protocols in school. 1 is face masks and face shields. 2, alcohol and disinfectant solutions. 3, foot-operated alcohol. 4, surgical gloves. 5, liquid hand soap with dispenser. For school disaster risk reduction management, before the opening of classes, the following DRM activities will be conducted to ensure security and safety of learners, parents, and school personnel. First, we're going to revisit the DRM contingency plan. Then second, activation of school DRM committee, task force. 3, conduct school hazard mapping. 4, enhancement of localized DRM policy and guidelines. For the teaching and non-teaching personnel vaccination, out of 17 teaching non-teaching personnel, 15 or 88.25% were fully vaccinated, boosted. 2 or 11.76% were on their maternity leave. For partnership, the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan Plus will be presented and communicated to the different partners and stakeholders for possible partnership and engagement to support the programs and projects presented herein through virtual presentation and posting in school websites and other publications. For the monitoring and evaluation, as part of the monitoring and evaluation activities, the following will be conducted. 1, checking of week home learning plan, individual learning monitoring plan, and assessment plan. First week before the implementation. Then we have kumustahan. It can be done face-to-face or virtual. First, we have school head to teachers every week and as need arises. School head to parents, pupils every second week. Teachers to parents every week during distribution and retrieval of the modules. Teacher to pupils every after the scheduled assessment. Then, home visitation activities. School head to parents, pupils before end of each quarter. Then teachers to parents, pupils every end of the 6th week or as need arises. For our best practices, printed and distributed quality assured 1:1 ratio self-learning modules and learning activity sheets, administration of quality assured assessment materials, written works and performance output, immediate and regular feedback sessions with parents, utilization of Project LEAP gives a full background knowledge of essential profiles of pupils in learning delivery modality, and continued support to the beneficiaries of Adopt a Child in times of pandemic. For our lessons learned, conduct of home visitation and feedback sessions gives understanding on the real situations of the pupils and learning facilitators at home. Assessment results should be communicated to the parents the soonest possible time for progress enhancement and adjustment. Next, we have ways forward. The first one is enhancement of the delivery of modules, distance learning to make it inclusive and accordance to the capability of learners. Number 2, conduct of differentiated activity for learners by limiting the activity base on their level of understanding. Number 3, providing materials needed in the delivery of distance learning. Number 4, conduct limited face-to-face orientation with parents by grade level before the opening of classes. And we have done this last August 30, 2021. That's Monday. In the morning, kindergarten. In the afternoon, grade 1. Last August 31 to 2021. That's Tuesday. In the morning is grade 2. In the afternoon is grade 3. Last September 1, 2021, that's Wednesday. In the morning, grade 4. In the afternoon, grade 5. Last September 2, 2021, that's Thursday. In the morning is grade 6. In the afternoon is grade 7. Last September 3, 2021, that's Friday. In the morning are the grade 8 and grade 9. And in the afternoon is the grade 10. Number 5, conduct training for teachers through NSET and LAC before the opening of classes. Number 6, strengthen partnership engagement activities by identifying and profiling potential partners or stakeholders. Number 7, conduct readiness activities, mapraktista, 1 week before the opening of classes. Before I end my presentation, I will leave to you this quote from Malala Yousafzai, which reads, "They cannot stop me. I will get my education, if it is in the home, school, or any place." Thank you for listening. God bless everyone. Keep safe.
Thank you very much. That was the presentation of Bartholomew Integrated School, headed by their school principal, Sir Henry P. Valladares. Thank you so much, sir. And to all our Facebook viewers and YouTube viewers, we are encouraging you to ask questions. You can post it on our comment section because our principals, our presenters will answer them later. Again, we are encouraging our viewers, teachers from Cluster 6 to post their questions on the comment section in our Facebook and YouTube platforms. Again, thank you very much. That was from the Integrated School, Bartholomew Integrated School, Sir Henry P. Valladares. And now let us proceed to the small category to present their basic education learning continuity plan for the face-to-face preparations. We have from Bacaro National High School, Ma'am Lesare T. Barcayo, School Head.
Good morning, everyone. My courtesy to our PSBS Dr. Janito Ogalan and to the respective school heads of Cluster 6. Cluster 6. So representing the small schools of the cluster, I will be presenting our basic education learning continuity plan for the expanded face-to-face class. But before that, allow me to lead you to the context of Roberto G. Bacaro Senior National High School to give you an idea of the reasons behind the plan. So Norberto G. Bacaro Senior National High School, as of the second quarter this school year, has a total enrollment of 269 students with 72 grade 7 students, 74 grade 8, 69 grade 9, and 54 grade 10. All are under the supervision of 6 teaching personnel and 1 non-teaching personnel. Further, we only have 1 building with 4 classrooms, one of which is used as a school head's office, SBM, and soon to be computer laboratory in 1, leaving 3 rooms usable for instruction. So with the population data or the student population data, in consideration to the IATF health protocols, every grade level is to be divided into 2 sections so that each will have 37 students the most and 27 students the least. With 8 sections all in all and 6 teaching personnel, We are short of two advisors to handle grade 9B and grade 10B. But in spite of the manpower shortage, of course, we will not compromise the health of everyone. That is why we devise a learning continuity plan that will make ends meet between conducting face-to-face class and making each one safe by all means. So for the purpose of implementation, we divided the plan to two for easy definition of issues. The first one is the physical facility. Of course, the learning environment setup should come first because it is where the spread of disease takes place. While we cannot ensure 100% safety for all of our clientele inside the school premises, we prioritize a 3-point to-do list to keep things simple and easy to do. The first one is the signage. Of course, signage are placed to help students where to go and what to do. Very simple signage lang po ang ginawa namin sa school. It's just one way down, exit, or one way up, entrance, and no counter flow. The second one is the availability of all alcohol inside the classroom or at the door. And of course, the water and soap in the washing area. The third one is the visibility of posters reminding everyone to observe health protocols at all times. So this will be part of our orientation, itong mga protocols na ito. To ensure the continuity in learning takes place even in a limited face-to-face in consideration on the number of teaching personnel that the school have and the number of usable facilities to be used, we plan carefully our program to ensure that everyone, that the students are served and at the same time they are also safe. For our class program, we created two sessions, grade 7 and 8 in the morning and grade 9 and 10 in the afternoon. Grade 7 and 9 are scheduled every Monday and Wednesday. Ibig sabihin, Monday and Wednesday, ibig sabihin there will be two classes of grade 7 in the morning and two classes of grade 9 in the afternoon. And grade 8 and 10 every Tuesday and Thursday. Yun pa din, dalawang grade 8 sa morning and dalawang grade 10 sa afternoon. So every day, we are having 4 classes. Now, 7 and 9 sa Monday and Wednesday, 8 and 10 every Tuesday and Thursday. So, while grade 7 are having their distance learning schedule, grade 8 and 10 are also having their face-to-face class alternately. So, classes will then be from Monday to Thursday. Yan. And Fridays will be vacant for remediation, either face-to-face or virtual, depending on the agreement of the teacher and the student. Okay. If you could still remember, our school have 3 usable instructional classrooms only. So therefore, we use 2 classrooms every day. Yung nasa taas ng building namin, yun lang yung gagamitin namin sa classes sa face-to-face. Leaving one room vacant yung nasa baba to be used for extended instruction or remediation for those in face-to-face who lag behind in the learning task of the day or for reading intervention purposes. Kasi may mga bata naman talaga na hindi makakakuha ng instruction tapos natapos na yung inyong period. So, the teacher who will leave the room can ask permission dun sa susunod na teacher that if he can or she can excuse the student for an extended instruction. Pero, hindi naman niya dapat i-corner yung bata for the whole hour kasi maiiwan din yung bata dun sa klase niya. Okay. Yan. The next one is the class schedule. As you can see, this is an example of grade 7 morning session. Grade 7 Marangal. The academic activity will start at 7:30 in the morning and will end at 11:45. There will be a 15-minute break after 2 hours class. However, the morning session will end at 12 noon because of the 15-minute housekeeping period after the academic activity ended and before the transition of occupants begins. So the same thing sa afternoon. Ganun pa din. So if this is an example of an afternoon schedule, grade 10. Um, magsisimula yung araw ng mga grade 10 ng distance learning. They can go to school at as early as 9:45. Yung iba pwede, yung iba depende na kung meron silang appointment for consultation, remediation, and intervention. Depende sa availability ng subject teachers. But their academic activity will start at 12:30 and will end at 4:45 in the afternoon. Kagaya pa din ng morning session, meron pa din silang 15-minute break and of course the 15-minute housekeeping period. Okay, para maglinis. Integrating our physical facility or learning environment with our class program or with our curriculum, yes, class program. If you could still remember, we only have two signage, no? With the one-way and no counterflow policy. Kapag even if afternoon session gets to school early, students will not be congested in any way. Bakit? Kahit na darating yung afternoon session ng 9:45 in the morning, yung kanyang transaction is distance, consultation, remediation. Ang kanyang makakausap lamang ay yung mga guro. So yung mga guro, nasa baba lang sila ng building. Yung pagkaklase nasa itaas. So ibig sabihin, hindi siya maaaring pumunta doon sa taas kasi nga afternoon session siya. If hanggang at 12 noon, nandyan na lahat yung magkaklase sa afternoon session, they will be waiting at the hallway dun sa baba to take the entrance stairs, which is at the at the right wing of the building. While morning session takes the exit stairs at the other side of the building. Sa left wing ng building, doon bababa ang mga morning session. Ulitin ko, ang afternoon session will go up sa right wing and yung morning session bababa dito sa left wing. So hindi sila magkakaroon ng encounter, not except na lang kung talagang they will intend really to look for people na magkaklase sa afternoon session. The next program is all about the teacher's individual program. Hindi ito hiningi sa face-to-face, expanded face-to-face, pero ginawa ko pa din. To counter-check the availability of teachers in a particular period and to avoid overlapping of schedule and see to it that teachers have enough time to rest between classes. So ginawa ko ito to check na hindi mag-overlap yung or magkakaroon ng conflict ang klase ni teacher. At saka, mati-check ko din kung merong individual program si teacher, mati-check ko din kung meron pa siyang time na mag-rest or mag-prepare ng kanyang instructional material for the next class. So dito, this is an example of our teacher's individual program. In our setup, teachers were identified as opener and closer. So, katulad ng sa mga malls. We have 3 teachers for 7:30 to 4:30 official time and 3 teachers for 8 to 5 official time. Those who starts early ends early. 3:45 the most and 2:30 the earliest. So this is an example of an opener na schedule. So magsisimula si ma'am ng klase 7:30, so darating siya dapat before 7:30. 7 o'clock nandyan na siya. Okay. To prepare for her class. Magsisimula siya, isa siya sa mga pinakaunang magkaklase, and she will end her class at 2:30. So, ibig sabihin, kung titingnan ninyo, meron lamang 2 klase si ma'am sa bawat araw. 1 to 2. Okay. So, ang mangyayari niyan, si ma'am dun sa mga bakanting oras, of course, pwedeng consultation, remediation, or preparation of instructional material. Diyan niya gagawin lahat yan sa mga bakanting period niya. Ito yung pinakamaagang tapos ng klase. Yung pinaka-late is 3:45. Magsisimula ng 7:30, matatapos siya ng 3:45. Pero, hindi yun straight ha. Pinakamadami is 3-4. 2-3. 2 classes, 3 classes. Ito, 1-2 lang ito. Okay. Then, this is an example of a closer. no? Yung 8 to 5 na teacher. So si Sir Jason Boyles magsisimula ang kanyang klase ng 9:45 in the morning, pero hindi ibig sabihin darating siya ng 9 o'clock kasi yung official time niya is 8 to 5. So ibig sabihin 8 o'clock, before 8 o'clock, nandito na si Sir, nag-report na si Sir, yung klase niya 9:45 pa. So mahaba-haba pa yung panahon na mag-prepare siya ng kanyang instructional material or ano ba yan? Distance learning, no, ng mga material or task. So 1-2 pa din ang schedule ni Sir. Okay. So beyond a policy, we have no noon break, no? Kahit na kung nakikita na observe niyo, kahit na doon sa mga previous na mga doon sa class program, sa class schedule, wala talagang break. No noon break. Beyond a policy, we just don't have really time to have a break, lunch break sa program. So, mangyayari, teachers will have to manage their own lunch break na. Sila nang bahala doon. Now, control management during class dismissal still depends on the behavior of students during face-to-face. We will cross the bridge when we get there. Kung baga, hindi namin alam kung ano yung posibleng mangyayari kapag nandyan na, kapag magdi-dismiss na, anong mangyayari ni bata, diretso ba sila sa bahay? Ewan, hindi pa namin alam yan. But whatever, regardless, the school has 2 guards naman. Meron kaming 2 guards. On dispatch pa lang sila ngayon doon sa mga palengke and facility for that concern. Maybe, pagdating ng face-to-face, baka babalik na din sila. So sila na din ang maggagawa ng pamaraan to manage control the kaning group kapag dismissal na nung morning session or habang maghihintay sa afternoon session na matapos yung morning session. Now, we go to the second part of our curriculum and instruction. Okay. Before that one, this is an example of the teaching load. Based pa din ito sa DO13 series of 2012 and DO20 series of 2020. This is actually a teaching load sample ni teacher na ginagamit namin ngayon sa distance learning. Ito yung ginagamit, ito yung loading nila ngayon sa distance learning. Okay. Pero dito pa rin natin ibabase yung lahat-lahat. Okay. So the second part of our curriculum and instruction, the instructional materials and delivery. Norberto G. Bacaro Senior National High School is purely adopting the printed modular delivery mode, though we have made attempts of blended instruction, printed, and online consultative mode. Though 25% or to 30% per class can follow the system, but inconsistency pin down the attempt. Just a short background, according to our Modified Learners Enrollment and Survey 2021 data, 91% of our students have signal in the area but only 12% have established connection. Ibig sabihin, itong 12% broadband na ito, wired na ito. But 50% of the total population are solid dependent on mobile data. Ibig sabihin, kung merong load, may connection. Kung wala, wala din. So, the remaining 32% have limited to zero connection. This is the reason why our online consultative mode, yung inconsistency namin doon, napipin down kami doon. Doon nagsisimula. Ito yung major cause ng aming problema doon sa online consultative. Kaya hindi kami nakagawa straight ng blended instruction. So, because of that, we decided to focus on establishing a mechanism that is majorly printed with minimal examples accessible online for those who wish to extend their learning. Kasi nga, yun, wala. So, dapat, tinitingnan namin, ang direction namin, we have to do our instruction dominantly printed. So, we took advantage of the weekly home learning plan for learning task instruction. Ang ginagawa namin, we did it through Google Sheet, which can be accessed anytime by all subject teachers simultaneously. So, ibig sabihin, anytime the subject teacher can encode her instruction or learning task doon sa WHLP. Ngayon, our learning task, every releasing week, WHLP will be accomplished by subject teachers and advisors will take charge on the printing of the WHLP on or before the releasing day. So kung si subject teacher hindi ka nakapag-encode ng kanyang learning task tapos nakaprint na si advisor, may problema siya doon. Kasi ang mangyayari, hindi siya magkakaroon ng klase kasi walang WHLP. Anong gawin ni bata sa kanyang subject? Diba? So, we see to it na before mag-release, before the releasing day, lahat, kompleto ng WHLP, ipiprint na lang yan ni advisor. Our learning tasks ranges from reading the context of the topic and answering formative assessments. Very simple lang po ang aming learning tasks sa WHLP. We modify the WHLP kasi hindi namin isinama ang learning competency at saka yung delivery mode. Kasi yung weekly ginawa namin na sinama namin ang learning competency. Si bata, natapos niyang basahin ang competency pero hindi niya nabasa yung instruction kung ano ang dapat niyang gawin sa performance task. Bakit? Nako-confuse si bata. Ano ba ang gawin? Saan ba dito ang gawin or ang gawain? So, we did not include the learning competency in our WHLP and of course the MODA. Modality, kasi nga, printed kami. So, ibig sabihin ng output ay printed din. If in case meron kami mga performance task tulad ng halimbawa, sayaw, laro, kanta, for example, na mag-video si bata, sinasabi na mo, ini-include namin yung instruction doon sa learning activity sheet. Saan ipasa, kanino ipasa, sino ang kasama, lahat na doon. Hindi namin yan nilalagay doon sa WHLP to avoid confusion on the part ng mga bata. So, at times when modules are not available for the week, before yan. Okay, this is how our drive for WHLP look like. Merong nandyan yung week 1 hanggang week 8. Quarter 1. This is also another sample from grade 9. Quarter 2, week 1 hanggang week 8. So, natapos namin ang week 8. Yes, tinapos namin lahat yan. And this is how, the magnified content ng aming WHLP na babasahin ni bata. So, nandyan yung time, 7:30 to 8:30. Nandyan yung day, Wednesday. Ano ang subject? Math. 7:30 to 8:30, Wednesday, math. Learning task 1, read and study the Let Us Study Part A and B on pages 3 to 5 of your Mathematics Module 7. Then, answer, let us practice more activity. You can do it on page 12 of your Mathematics Module. So, ibig sabihin, nagbasa si bata, pagkatapos niyang magbasa, answer. Yun lang ang gagawin. Anong bahagi ang i-answer? Yung you can do it, so on and so forth. So, si teacher, pwede siyang mag-provide ng kanyang answer sheet para dito, para iisa lang yung kanyang i-check, no? Or, depende sa kanya kung mag-provide siya o hindi. Okay. Nandyan din Thursday, TLE Automotive, read learning content pages 4 to 5. Okay. BPP, read and study the given instructions of your performance task. Yun lang, ganun lang kasimple ang mga ginagawa ng mga bata namin. Pag hindi pa yan nagawa, so ibig sabihin, ang hirap talagang magturo. Okay. Then, 8:30 to 9:30, meron nandyan, Monday, Mate. Learning Task 1, Review Music Lesson. Refer to your music modules and other reading materials. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang module ang pwedeng basahin ng bata. Kahit na anong reading material concerning music o yung topic, pwede nilang basahin dahil ang kanilang Learning Task 2 sa 8:30 to 9:30 Lunes, sasagutan ang music summative test. And gagamitin nila yung answer sheet as yung likod ng questionnaire as their answer sheet. Ganun lang kasimple ang mga ang laman ng aming WHLP. So wala na yung MODA kasi nga printed. Andyan yung mga important points ng WHLP na dapat makita, yung oras, yung araw, yung subject area, at saka yung instruction. Again, ang wala lang sa amin kasi nag-modify kami, hindi namin isinama ang learning competency kasi nga hindi man din yan maiintindihan ni bata. At saka yung MODA kung saan. Ginagawa namin doon na yan sa learning activity sheet. So this is an example of a learning activity sheet. Um, Isang page lang ang activity sheet namin. This is just an example. This activity sheet covers module 1 to 4. So, hindi ko na isinama ang module 1 and 2, 3, 4 na lang para mas madali. So, sa module 3, ang gagawin lang ng bata, similar to triad tonic in music during the Renaissance period, painting that time also uses a technique called triangular composition in art. Describe the triad technique by drawing a triangle on the picture below to show the three separate points of the composition. You can look at the web for more example. So for module 3, ilang pages yan, music module 3, ang gagawin lang ni bata, kung 50 pages ang module 3, ang gagawin lang ni bata, mag-drawing lang siya ng triangle over that picture. Bakit gagawa lang ng drawing, mag-drawing lang ng triangle si bata? Kasi ang learning competency nito is the technique ng music na makikita din sa other art forms. So, yung triangular or music triad, tonic, music, triad tonic in music, meron din yan triangular composition in art. So, yon ang ibig sabihin. So, ang ibig sabihin ng across art form, ang music ay makikita pa din or makikita yung technique ng music sa ibang art form. Now, for module 4, simple lang ang gagawin nila. Sasagutin lang, babasahin, at sasagutin lang ang sumusunod. Music of the medieval period is classified to two, sacred or religious, secular or non-religious. Letter A, identify the music classification of the following. Gregorian chant, sacred or secular. Music of the troubadour, sacred or secular. So, ganun lang ang mga questions namin is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pinakamahabang sasagutan ng bata. For a learning engagement is hanggang 10 lang. Okay. So, at times, when modules are not available for the week, kasi meron tayong mga instances na naubusan tayo ng supply, no, printing supply, hindi tayo makapagpadala ng mga module na ngayong week na ito. So, we just send WHLP and learning activity sheets para sa bata. So, hindi kailangang magbasa si bata, no, for that particular week. Kasi, may mga performance tasks lang naman ang nangyayari. It's either ang mga learning activity sheet namin ay formative test tungkol sa na-release na module to bridge the previous module and the present module, ginagawa namin ng formative test, or we just strengthen the idea and the concept or the skill ni bata now before proceeding to the next So, what is the principle behind? Anchored in the law of exercise, the law of use and disuse by Thorndike, what we try to do is to develop routine for all of our students. WHLP module learning activity sheet. WHLP module learning activity sheets. So, ang ibig sabihin, kahit na anong daming module ang binibigay namin sa bata, hindi siya mag-overwhelm while looking at the content, the volume of the module. Bakit? Kasi alam niya, ang lahat ng gagawin dito sa 20 ka-modules nasa WHLP. So, magra-rattle lamang ang bata kung yung pages ng WHLP dadami. Kasi ibig sabihin, marami ang gawain. Pero kung isang pages pa din ang WHLP and maraming module, hindi mag-overwhelm ang bata. So, as soon as they receive their modules, they will look for the WHLP first and read the instruction before they open their modules and accomplish learning tasks until such time that this process will turn to attitude, the reading attitude of students. Why? Because we would like to really bank on the reading attitude of students kasi nga, printed modular kami. So, if the student wala dito, wala din mangyari sa lahat ng mga ginagawa namin. Until such time, I hear your comments. Bisan pag isa ka dekada balik-balik, dili man jud na masubay sa bata. Tinuod, true. That is why we go back to our guiding principle of the mechanism, the law of exercise. No? Pag exercise o kaisa, then tell everyone that you are healthy. That's impossible. So we started this mechanism last 2 quarters of the previous school years. 3rd and 4th quarter last year. Namo na siya gisugdan. And God bless us, we are still in the process of achieving it yet. Hindi pa talaga namin nakukuha yung gusto naming mangyari. But I am proud to say that every quarter, we are improving in our instruction as teachers. Kasi kailangan yun, sinabi yun ni Dr. Jason Reyes na dapat kung gagawa ka ng WHLP, klaro yung mga instruction. So we are improving in our instruction as teachers and the students are improving in their understanding to ano ba yung gusto namin dapat mangyari. So nagkakaroon na kami ngayon ng parang communication, common na ground kung saan, kumbaga, meron na kaming common language, terms, no? May mga common terms na between student and parent and that is what we wanted really to establish. Then, reading attitude. It just takes for everyone to understand what we are trying to do. So what could be the impact of WHLP and learning tasks now in the expanded face-to-face? In our school, the PMDL and expanded face-to-face classes are a difference of 1 day only. Therefore, both instructional materials, the learning activity sheets, and the WHLP are still significant in the continuity of students' learning even if we have limited face-to-face class. Kasi nga, once a week lang sila makikita. So, ang difference lang ng printed modular distance learning namin at saka yung expanded face-to-face namin, 1 day lang. So, ibig sabihin, the WHLP and the learning activities are still significant to our expanded face-to-face. Now, the other instructional material or the other material that we produce is the individual learning plan, di ba, no? Actually, we did not develop individual learning plan. Instead, we have modified weekly lesson log to keep things basic. So, why we call it modified weekly lesson log? Kasi nakapattern siya doon sa dating lesson log, weekly lesson log natin before. Kaya lang, this time, wala siyang reflective part, no? Teachers develop their lesson log and transfer the learning activity to the WHLP. In case of learning activities like assessments and performance tasks for critical and creative thinking, learning activity sheets has to be provided. We do not have standards on LAS. Our direction lang is to ensure the students should be reading. So follow-up questions to answer or short assessment is given. It is far from success, but in our end, we give what we ought to give, instruction. So in our weekly log, we do not have the after the lesson teacher's reflection because in PMDL, real time cannot be determined. However, we depend on our attendance monitoring and class records to determine the SARDOS. Some of my teachers are keeping a journal of their action taken to follow up SARDOS. And for me, these journals are enough to represent the individual learning monitoring plan. So, ito yon. Before going to the ILMP, I would like to show you my consolidated weekly lesson log for quarters 1 and 2. So, nasa laptop ko ito, naka-folder lahat. Submission is through Messenger. So, isasubmit ni teacher sa Messenger ang kanyang weekly lesson log. Ida-download ko yan, tapos i-organize, then upload that on the drive. At any time, the teacher can visit or can look into doon sa mga weekly lesson log na nagawa na niya. Para may makita din siya, may mga basis din siya. So, ito yon. This is an example of a science lesson log, no, na nasubmit na sa akin. I have here, you can see, Boyles, weekly lesson log, Science 7, Quarter 2, Week 1 hanggang Week 8. Nandyan. And then, Boyles weekly lesson log, Science 8, Quarter 2, Week 2 hanggang Week 8. Meron ding Week 9, so on and so forth. So, si Sir Jason Boyles, siya yung teacher namin from grade 7 to 10. And our top, no, sa submission ng lesson log, siya yung may kompletong lesson log na na-submit, hindi lamang yung science, kung hindi pati yung other subject na hinandle niya, meron din siyang kompletong lesson log. Kaya I really commend this attitude of one of my teachers to really try to be responsible in his work and his responsibility as teacher. Okay. So that's it. Again, we have, ito yung mga ginagawa namin. Una, yung sa instruction, we have the WHLP, the learning activity sheets, and then we have the weekly lesson log instead of ILP, and then we have the ILMP also. So ILMP again, hindi namin ginawa yung template, but alam ko, nakikita ko, nababasa ko talaga, may mga journal yung mga teachers ko when it comes to kaning mga sardos, and and they base the sardos to according to attendance monitoring and of course doon sa class record nila. So nag-home visit base doon sa kanilang journal, meron silang home visitation na mga form, and then ang iba nag-a-anecdotal sila. So sa akin okay na yon. Okay na yon. We are still trying to find out how to transform these documents into a student lead assessment to improve instruction and learning in the future. For the self-learning modules or SLMS, nandoon pa din sa drive namin. So we download and we upload. May mga drive na sinishare natin sa atin from the division office. Dina-download namin yan, tapos ina-upload namin yan sa aming school drive. Bakit? Kasi para merong kaming copy. And ang nagtitake charge doon ay ang aming SBM coordinator. So that during validation of SBM, alam niya kung saan niya nilalagay lahat ng mga self-learning modules and paano yung ginagawa, ano ang mga attached documents, paano ginagamit namin ang self-learning modules. So that is all our preparation for the expanded face-to-face. This is the content of our BELCT or Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan. Once again, good morning everyone and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Lesarity Bargario, the school head of Bacaro National High School, for that comprehensive presentation of your preparation for our upcoming face-to-face classes. Thank you very much, ma'am. And now, I would like to remind again everyone that you can post your questions to the comment sections to our Facebook and YouTube Live. And another announcement, pampabuhay po ng loob sa ating mga kaguro dito sa Cluster 6. For some, PBB na po is real. So pag naka-receive na po kayo, yehey! Congratulations at may PBB na tayo. Sa wala pa, abang-abang and wait muna tayo. Okay? So for that, thank you once again to the representative from the small category, School Head Ma'am Lesarity Bargayo, from Bacaro National High School. Moving on, a representative from the medium category, the School Head of EJ Estipona National High School, Ma'am Merly E. Bangat, for her presentation.
To our brilliant and dynamic PSDS, Dr. Janito O. Galan. Fellow school heads, teachers, good day. I am Merly Ibangat, the school head of Emilio D. Estipuna National High School. This time, I will talk about the preparation of the school for face-to-face classes for medium schools. My talk is primarily based on the Joint Memorandum Circular number 01, series of 2021. I will focus on the guidelines on safe reopening of schools. There are several things we need to do for the preparation for school reopening. First, we need to set up the following: physical structures, wash facilities and supplies, health and safety protocols, learning materials, teaching loads, and class programs. Second is to conduct orientation. The school shall orient learners, parents, guardians, teaching and non-teaching personnel, external stakeholders, and LGU. Third is to screen vaccination records of students to ensure that those enrolled are protected from vaccine-preventable diseases and other infectious diseases to prevent additional COVID-19 burden. Fourth is to conduct simulation activities regarding protocols and routines to replicate and discuss possible scenarios during the actual conduct of face-to-face classes. Next is the classroom layout and structure. Number 1, classroom shall be arranged following the prescribed classroom layout. Physical arrangement of chairs and other furniture inside the classroom shall ensure proper physical distancing. Number 2 is to consider the required maximum number of learners per class. For the junior high school and senior high school, the maximum number is 20. Number 3 is to ensure that electric fans are working. All ventilation and air conditioning systems should be in working order with increased ventilation whenever possible. Number 4 is to ensure that natural airflow is maximized. Talking about school traffic management, first, we need to establish safe entrance, exit, and contact tracing procedures for all entering school premises. We also need to identify and mark drop-off and pick-up points. Finally, we have to put signage like school map, entrance, exit, waiting area, and hallway ground markings. To ensure the protection of personnel and learners, the following shall be implemented. First, set up and ensure the following are available: adequate and safe water supply, hand washing station or sink, and antibacterial soap or 70% alcohol. Second, ensure the easy access to face masks, face shield, and emergency health kits. Third, we also need to ensure that child-friendly information and education campaign materials on hygiene practices and respiratory etiquette are posted in common areas. Fourth, provide a daily health monitoring tool for learners and school staff. Fifth, mobilize the school COVID-19 disaster risk reduction and management team. To mitigate the spread of COVID-19 through sanitation and disinfection, we need to do the following. First, ensure proper disposal of infectious waste. Number 2, ensure the routine sanitation of frequently touched surfaces. Number 3, place trash bins in strategic locations. The school should have proactive COVID-19 local hotline, help desk. We will assign a teacher who will act as a virtual assistant to answer inquiries in our Facebook, Messenger, and landline. We will also ask advisors to keep a database of contact details including contact number and address of parents, guardians of the students in their class advisory. This is to ensure that parents, guardians will be informed in case their students show flu-like symptoms while in school premises or if their students become a close contact of a confirmed COVID-19 case. Finally, to safely implement the opening of face-to-face classes, The school personnel and teachers shall observe the following. Ensure that the learning resources needed are sufficient. While on face-to-face setup, teachers shall maximize the use of all available resource materials and optimize the time for learners' engagement. Collaboration and socialization while observing the health and safety protocols. It shall also be ensured that all teachers have the teacher's guide on specific grade levels and learning areas that they are handling. Likewise, teachers shall develop activity-based materials for mastery of learning delivered during face-to-face classes. Also, the use of assessment rubrics shall be encouraged as a form of ongoing assessment to monitor learning progress and evaluate effectiveness of instructions. That would be all. Thank you very much. Stay safe and God bless us all.
Thank you also, Ma'am Merly E. Bangkat, School Head of Emilio J. Estipuana National High School, representing under the medium category, and her presentation for the face-to-face preparations for the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan. So thank you very much, Ma'am. And again, for those who have questions, do not hesitate to post it on our comment sections. Our principals, our presenters are ready to answer them. All right, now let's move on to the large category. Principal of Los Amigos National High School will do the honor in presenting their plan. Please welcome on screen Sir Raul A. Cabilogan.
Los Amigos National High School, guided by its mantra, we teach to inspire as we build the future. The vibrant energy emanates the school's mantra with various activities that utilize the talents and skills of the students. Our stakeholders actively participate in these activities.
I am now addressing the nation together with the civilian, military, and police sectors, the organizations that would count in our enforcement of the laws to protect the people of the Republic of the Philippines.
ino-confirm namin na nagkakasundo na kami sa Department of Health kay Secretary Galvez at saka ng IATF na 50% ng ating mga classrooms sa National Capital Region ay pwedeng gamitin as isolation centers as well as quarantine centers.
Students may have to wait until the month of August for the opening of school year 2020. That is if a decision is made on the matter due to the threat of COVID-19.
In the late year of 2019, the World Health Organization informed globally the outbreak of coronavirus disease known as COVID-19 that was first reported in Wuhan, China. Through this, in response to the outbreak, the Philippines President Rodrigo Roa Duterte urged to implement a sudden lockdown to all private establishments and government agencies in order to protect everyone from the COVID-19 pandemic. As what Charles Darwin has stated, it is not the most intellectual of the species that survives. It is not the strongest that survives. But the species that survives is the one that is able best to adapt and adjust to the changing environment in which it finds itself. Due to the new normal setting, Los Amigos National High School steadfast in the preparation for the school year 2021-2022 and the coming years. To ensure that all students have equal access to quality basic education, Los Amigos National High School produced an alternative delivery mode that was provided by the Department of Education to be offered to our students. In response to the COVID-19 health protocols, the stakeholders donated countless items like sanitizers, alcohol, foot bath, face mask, face shield, and hand soap. The top priority is the safety and health of the students, teachers, parents, and personnel, so we need to adhere the protocols imposed by the Department of Health and IATF. LAN's teachers and personnel work together to fulfill their responsibilities and to continue the quality learning towards the students. The Department of Education shifted the face-to-face learning to modular distance learning. Modular learning modality is difficult for both students and teachers because of the many factors and limitations in distance learning.
Sama na lang sa usa ka yanong magtutudlo dinhi sa Los Amigos National High School. Loyo sa kalayo ug sulunon nga lugar aron lamang mahatod ang ilang mga learning modules.
We made follow-up, especially those students na medyo at risk na sa dropping out. So, manotice na muna because how many times na nga required sila nga magkuha of modules but yet ang parents murag dili nakanhi. So that's why we made follow-up and then we found out nga they're about to drop out na because no longer interested sa klase.
Ikaw as a teacher, kung magpakita ka og eagerness sa mga estudyante, eager pud na sila pud magpadayon sa ilang mga modules.
Ug alang sa magtutudlo nga dunay dakong gugma sa trabaho o pakabana sa iyang mga estudyante, iyang responsibilidad. Wala lamang nakatutok sulod sa classroom.
Thus, Los Amigos National High School acted positively and provided the teachers with avenues to utilize and develop new knowledge and new set of skills in response to the modular distance learning modality. Teachers attended seminars, learning action cell or LAC sessions to fully equip them in handling the upcoming face-to-face classes. This pandemic is foreign for both seasoned and newly hired teachers and personnel.
The situation honed the teacher's mindset of being adaptive to change and being critical in finding the best solutions to address the needs of the learners and the parents, and being optimistic to achieve the goals. In preparation for the school opening, Los Amigos National High School made sure that the teachers are fully vaccinated, and some of the teachers even served at vaccination centers, while other teachers joined together for the Brigada Escuela. Strategized workflow and the means of distribution and retrieval for both printed, digital learning modules and video lessons to support students' learning needs. Upon entry, we allow access to facilities only for those individuals who have a valid ID and let them log in the attendance. Faculty, staffs, parents, and students should have pre-approved upon using the facilities. We also check the body temperature of those who will enter the school premises and encourage them to use alcohol and sanitizers or opted to wash their hands in the washing area. To ensure that we follow the health protocols, we encourage everyone to observe 2 meters distance away and arrange the chairs according to the prescribed distance. During the distribution of learning modules and retrieval of answer sheets, we place directional signs to guide parents and guardians to restrict access to all common areas like using the restrooms. The pandemic has brought enormous challenge in many aspects of world systems and human lives, and one of those things that are greatly affected is the field of education. There may be a disruption of education system, but learning is unstoppable. Los Amigos National High School, guided by its mantra, "We teach to inspire as we build the future," has been working obstinately for 54 years in providing quality education for its learners and for the many years to come.
A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
Thank you very much, Sir Raul A. Cabilogan, a principal of Los Amigos National High School. Indeed, we teach to inspire and build the future. And now, joining me here live at Santo Niño National High School Media Production Studio is the principal of Mintal Comprehensive High School, the Senior High School Department, Mr. Rodrigo J. Cayanong, as he shares the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan for the face-to-face preparations in the Senior High School Department. Let's give him a virtual round of applause.
Hello, everyone. My courtesy to our Sports Division Superintendent, Rinaldo M. Giliena, CISO 5, our PSDS, Dr. Janito Ogalan, my fellow school heads of Cluster 6, to all head teachers, master teachers, and teachers of Cluster 6, good morning. I am Mr. Rodrigo Cayanong of Mintal Comprehensive High School, Senior High School Department. I would like to present to you our basic education learning continuity plan on limited face-to-face learning modality. This is the table of contents. We have the school profile about this manual, then introduction, operational framework, safe operation, ensuring teaching and learning, including the most marginalized, and the last is well-being and protection. Mental Comprehensive High School, Senior High School Department is part of Mental Comprehensive High School, conceived by House Bill number 8943, authored by Congressman Elias B. Lopez, 3rd District Representative, together with Congressman Manuel M. Garcia and Congressman Jesus B. Dorisa of 2nd and 1st Congressional District of Davao City. The House bill was approved on February 10, 1994 and became a law known as Republic Act 7739, an act to establish a Mental Comprehensive High School at Barangay Mintal, Tubok District, Davao City. Mental Comprehensive High School is a public secondary school that provides quality basic education and support services to its stakeholders, commits to serve its clienteles with honesty, integrity, transparency, and utmost service in compliance with statutory and regulatory requirement and ISO 9001-2015 standards. Mental Comprehensive High School commits to serve its clientele with honest hone skill of delivery every learner in the attainment of higher learning outcomes, sustain a culture of excellence, though through shared leadership, sense of ownership, and continuous improvement. Presently, the school is occupying 2 sites for the junior high school learners and senior high school learners. The site of the senior high school learners located at San Francisco Street, Mintal, Davao City, fronting Napolcom. It accommodates 18 classrooms and 5 laboratories, catering 1,381 learners, 32 teaching personnel, and 2 non-teaching personnel. The school has been consistently building strong community linkages, which ensured to more stakeholder participation. It has engrossed stakeholders from local, national, and international frontage, providing structural projects, learning resources, and training for students and teachers like the Headcore Incorporated, Davao Light, and Power Company, Davao. Davao Doctors College, Parent Teachers Association, Barangay Mintal, Sangguniang Kabataan, City Mayor's Office, City Engineer's Office, American Bushido Karate Association, Arigato Brand Trading of Japan, and the State-of-the-Art Excellence in Education, a lighthouse project of the Government of Israel, and Pass It Forward. Moreover, programs have been implemented to cater the varied needs and aptitudes of the students, such as the Project iSTEAM in partnership with Pass It Forward from Israel, contextualizing STE, alternative learning system for ALS, placement of children and disability in regular classes, involvement of SPED students to school activities, equal opportunity of Muslim learners, adherence to Indigenous Peoples Education Program, senior high school offerings, EBM, UMS, STEM, HE, ICT, and EIM. Disruption to instructional time in the classroom can have a severe impact on a child's ability to learn. The longer marginalized children are out of school, the less likely they are to return. Children from the poorest household are already almost 5 times more likely to be out of primary school than those from the richest. Being out of school also increase the risk of child trafficking, online and offline sexual abuse and exploitation of children, example, rape, teenage pregnancies, child marriages, violence, and other traits. Further or prolonged closure disrupt essential school-based services such as immunization, school feeding, mental health, and psychological support, which can cause the further aggravate stress and anxiety due to the loss of peer interaction and disrupted routines. According to the UNESCO, UNICEF, World Bank, WFP, UNHCR, dated June 2020. With the approval of the President, these challenges will be addressed through the reintroduction of the face-to-face classes where such can be made consistent with the public health standards of the government in light of COVID-19. In preparation of eventual school reopening and or blended learning, cautions must be observed and extensive planning should be undertaken to prevent school from becoming epicenter of resurging cases in the country. This is the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan of Bintal Comprehensive High School, Senior High School Department. About this manual, in consonance with the policies issued by DepEd in relation to the learning continuity of learners amid COVID-19 pandemic, following the guidelines stipulated in the DepEd and DOH Joint Memorandum Circular Number 1, Series 2021, this face-to-face manual is especially prepared for the school administration, teachers, learners, parents, and other stakeholders of Mental Comprehensive High School, Senior High School Department. It aims to amplify the implementation of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan in adherence to IATF protocols. Ensure readiness by providing clear guidelines in implementing the face-to-face learning modality, then guarantee health and safety measures of learners and school personnel. This is the operational framework. Our operational framework for the resumption of face-to-face classes, as shown in Figure 1, was adapted from the UNESCO, UNICEF, World Bank Framework for Reopening School and DepEd Shared Responsibility Principle. The framework has 4 major pillars, namely safe operation, technical and learning, teaching and learning, including the most marginalized, and well-being and protection. Cutting across all the pillars are the policy and finance support to ensure operational mechanisms are in place. Central to this is the shared responsibility principle. The framework will effectively engage the entire society, making sure that learners are safe and healthy while attending the face-to-face classes. Specifically, the framework puts the learners' health and safety at the heart of the implementation, allowing them to learn better. The framework is centered on the following common elements: A, health and safety learners; B, learning opportunities; C, school operation; and D, engagement of the entire society. This manual has the following, under the 4 pillars, we have the following components. Under the safe operation, we have the school operations, preparation for school opening, classroom layout and structure, school traffic management, protective measure, hygiene and sanitation practices and respiratory etiquettes, school disinfection, sanitation and waste management, communication strategy, contingency plan, school lockdown and reopening, then homeschool coordination. Under the pillar ensuring teaching and learning, we have the guidance for class scheduling, ensuring teaching and learning delivery, and curriculum. We have also, in including the most marginalized, we have the identification of learners, how to identify the learners. Under the well-being and protection, we have the strategy to prevent COVID-19. Then we have a strategy to detect COVID-19, then a strategy to isolate and treat COVID-19, then psychological support, then immunization and other school health services. We will discuss the eligibility of participation in the implementation of face-to-face classes. School. Mental Comprehensive Senior High School shall pass first the school safety assessment using the school safety assessment tool. This tool shall be taken from the memorandum, the joint memorandum circular of the DepEd and the DOH. Second, the school shall have express support from LGU, the barangay, in the form of resolution or letter of support allowing the school to participate in the face-to-face classes. Then third, the school shall secure express support and consent of parent and students who shall participate in the reopening of face-to-face classes in the form of a written consent. Ang ibig sabihin, hindi lang tayo basta-basta maka-open ng face-to-face classes unless papayag yung barangay at yung mga parents. For teachers and employees, all teachers and employees who are 65 years old and below with no diagnosed comorbidities shall be eligible to provide service during the conduct of face-to-face classes. Likewise, teachers and employees who are considered PWDs, are pregnant and lactating, whose services are indispensable under the present circumstance may be considered eligible as provided for in the Civil Service Commission Memorandum Circular number 18, Series 2020. Regardless of the vaccination status, teachers and other employees are eligible to participate, while those with stable comorbidities may join voluntarily. Second, COVID-19 vaccination shall remain an essential strategy to complement the existing implementation of the prevention, detection, isolation, treatment, and reintegration strategies, which is the cornerstone of the country's response to prevent the further transmission. Mas maganda kung ang lahat ay makapabaksin. For the learners, participation in the face-to-face classes is voluntary with signed written consent from the parent or guardian. Without existing comorbidities, then learners enrolled in technical vocational livelihood track result requiring workshop equipment in school, then learners heavily dependent on face-to-face learning intervention, and learners who struggle to meet the required learning competencies. Yung mga batang nahihirapan talaga, hindi sila makaintindi masyado sa module, kailangan nila ang face-to-face, so they are very much qualified to join the face-to-face learning. At saka yung mga, lalo na sa senior high school, mga senior high school students who are enrolled in the technical vocational livelihood track, wherein kailangan nila yung mga laboratory equipment, kailangan nila yung hands-on activity. For safe operation, Managing school operation shall guide the schools on safely managing school reopening and operation. Preparation for school reopening. In preparation for school reopening, the school shall set up the physical structure, wash facilities and supplies, personal protective equipment such as the PPEs, health and safety protocols, learning materials, class programs, and human resource requirement in accordance with these guidelines and the DOH Administrative Order number 2021-0043. The school shall involve the community in the school reopening process to shape the perception of risk and effectively respond to the health crisis through localized effort. The school shall adjust class program according to their alternative work arrangement or AWA and conduct an orientation of teaching personnel on possible changes in their AWA. The school shall develop a plan to ensure that there are available teachers for the conduct of face-to-face classes. In the same way, the plan should also consider teachers' assignment for learners who will remain in the distance learning modality. Mas dadami yata ang magiging klase, no? Or klase ng mga teachers dahil sa online learning, may sa isang section mayroon tayong mga 60 to 70 students, while sa face-to-face learning, limitado lang tayo. So we have to divide the whole section, yung 60 students, bawat klase meron lang 25 students allowable sa face-to-face learning. So dadami yung magiging klase ng mga teachers. The school shall orient learners or parent, guardians, teaching and non-teaching personnel, external stakeholders, and LGU of the eligibility of the participation, existing protocols, mechanism, and procedures needed in conducting to face-to-face learner. Pero magkaroon tayo ng orientation doon sa community, sa parents, sa LGU, sa mga stakeholders. Then, classroom layout and structure. The physical arrangement of chairs and other furnitures inside the classroom shall ensure proper physical distancing. Those seats that will be occupied shall be 1 to 2 meters apart. The allowable number of learners in every classroom shall be in accordance with the following standards. Grades 11 to 12, maximum of 20 learners in a class. TVL workshop and science laboratory, maximum of 12 learners in a workshop. This is according to the memorandum, to the joint memorandum. A picture of the arrangement of the classroom or set plan, classroom layout and set plan. The school traffic management. The school shall establish safe entrance, exit, and contact tracing procedures for all those entering school premises, like the learners, teachers, parents, guardians, school personnel, etc. Likewise, drop-off and pick-up points shall be clearly identified and marked. The school shall put signages, preferably in local languages. Individuals will manifest symptoms recorded through the daily health check conducted by the teachers in the classroom shall immediately be provided with a medical or surgical mask and brought to the school clinic or dedicated isolation area for medical assessment, testing, and referral to appropriate authorities. The school shall ensure that child-friendly information and education campaign materials on hygiene and practices and respiratory etiquette are posted in common areas and are available in local languages. The school shall provide daily health monitoring tool for learners and school staff. The school shall mobilize the school COVID-19 disaster risk reduction management team to ensure that health and safety protocols are in place and are observed during the preparation and implementation of the face-to-face classes. For school disinfection and sanitation and waste management, to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 through sanitation and disinfection, schools shall allow DOH Department Memorandum entitled Guidelines on Cleaning and Disinfection in Various Settings as an infection prevention and control measure against COVID-19 and cleaning and disinfection of environmental surfaces in the context of COVID-19 by the World Health Organization. The school shall ensure the routine sanitation of frequently touched surfaces like the tables, doorknobs, light switches, etc. every after end of the school shift. Other disinfection activities such as using aerosol sprays shall be encouraged to be done every after the end of the school day. The school shall place dustbins in strategic location. Visual signages on proper waste management practices are encouraged to be placed near trash bins. The school shall set up and ensure the availability of proper sanitation and hygiene facilities following the basic requirement and standards in accordance with DepEd Order Number 10 Series of 2016, Comprehensive Water Sanitation and Hygiene or WASH. The school shall also ensure that hand washing facilities are set up in the strategic location. Example, near the school entrance. Then surgical masks shall be stored in the school clinic and shall be available at the school entrance. These shall be reserved for symptomatic individuals, healthcare providers, and learners who come to school without face mask. For communication strategy, advisors shall keep database of contact details including contact number and address of parents, guardian of the students in their class advisory subject to compliance with RA 1073 or Data Privacy Act. This is to ensure that parents, guardian will be informed in case their children show flu-like symptoms while in school premises or if their children become a close contact of a confirmed COVID-19 case. For further information on the referral system, kindly refer to section. Okay. Then this is an example of a hotline numbers. These are the hotline numbers of Davao City COVID-19. Contingency plan. The school shall allow the decision model and prepare the contingency plan for closing and opening the school in case of COVID-19 resurgence. Separate guidelines will be issued to support for the preparation of the school contingency plan. In case of lockdown and reopening, the declaration of school lockdown shall be dependent on the assessment and decision of the local task force COVID-19 LTF. In the event of school lockdown, all learners shall revert to distance learning. Balik sila sa modular or online learning. During the lockdown, school management shall ensure contact tracing and disinfection activities. A school shall implement a 24-hour granular lockdown period of disinfection following identification, detection of suspect, probable or confirmed COVID-19 confirmed cases, only after which it can be opened for use to occupants. Upon reopening, the school shall conduct reorientation on current measures adapted to involving situation in the event of resurgence. Homeschool coordination. The school shall coordinate with the Barangay Health Emergency Response Team or BERT of the local government unit in ensuring health protocols are observed properly. The school shall ensure that preventive alert system in school or PAS for COVID-19 per DepEd Memorandum Number 15 Series of 2020 is operationalized. This means that the teacher shall ensure that health inspection is routinely conducted during the conduct of the face-to-face classes. Then, in ensuring teaching and learning, limited face-to-face classes will be implemented in a blended learning approach As such, online learning delivery modality is to be adopted in combination with the face-to-face modality that is in the senior high school mental comprehensive high school. Guidelines for class scheduling. Class schedule shall be arranged equitably so that all qualified learners will have the opportunity to attend face-to-face classes. The school shall ensure that arrivals, breaks, and dismissal time are staggered to avoid overcrowding. Avoid crowding of learners in the school canteens and gates. Regardless of the learner's schedule, they shall only be allowed to have lunch in their respective homes. Ensuring teaching and learning delivery. The school authorities shall ensure that the learning resources needed for the blended learning are sufficient. While on face-to-face sit-up, teachers shall maximize the use of all available resource materials and optimize the time for learners' engagement, collaboration, and socialization while observing health and safety protocols. The primary learning resource that shall be used for face-to-face learning are textbooks. This may be supplemented with readily available self-learning modules and learning activity sheets. Teachers-made learning materials may also be used to help deepen learners' understanding of the lesson. The class advisor shall ensure that the attendance is closely monitored so that the teachers can determine which participating learners are exhibiting difficulties in coming to school. In case learners cannot participate in face-to-face classes, they will be reverted to full distance learning. After the face-to-face lesson, teachers shall have consultation with parents, provide feedback and instructional support for learners, check and prepare formative assessment, collaborate with fellow teachers in preparing the weekly home learning plan and individual monitoring plan, and do other relevant tasks. Appropriate learning and development assistance, coaching, mentoring, training for teachers shall be provided to ensure their ability to deliver relevant teaching and learning strategies. School-based learning action cells or SLAC must be regularly conducted based on the assessed needs of the teachers in providing instructional support to learners. The school shall be prohibited to conduct physical or face-to-face large gatherings and activities that will require close contact or where physical distancing may not be possible. Example, school activities, field trips, sports, festivals, and flag ceremony. Curriculum. The Department of Education prescribes the K-12 curriculum as a minimum requirement for all public and private schools that will participate in the implementation of face-to-face classes. However, for the pilot face-to-face class, the focus of instruction shall be on most essential learning competencies. Teachers shall unpack these competencies to ensure that learners are equipped with prerequisite knowledge and skills before being taught in targeted competencies. In including the most marginalized, for marginalized children, school reopening shall mean going beyond opening the school gates for teachers and learners. For this group of learners, these factors shall be considered. Identification of learners who are most vulnerable and disadvantaged in terms of access to learning as indicated and in the eligibility of learners, indigent children, out-of-school youth, physically and mentally handicapped, distressed individuals and families, including internally displaced persons, low-resource students, abandoned and neglected students or children, street children, children of former rebels, children living in conflict-affected areas and vulnerable communities, children with disabilities or SPED students, children from geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas. Our strategy to prevent COVID-19, all learners, teachers, personnel and when applicable, visitors shall be subjected to hand hygiene and temperature check using a thermal scanner prior to entering the school. Those who will have a reading of 37.5 Celsius or above shall be brought to a private screening area that shall be set up near the entrance of the school, where the concerned teachers, personnel, learners, or visitors can be monitored by the safety officer and further assessed by the Barangay Health Emergency Response Team for appropriate management, intervention, or referral. Teachers shall conduct daily rapid health check in the classroom. Those who will show symptoms of COVID-19 shall be given a surgical face mask and further assessed in the school clinic. Strategy to detect COVID-19. On the onset of symptoms upon being informed of possible exposure to COVID-19, the school shall cooperate with the local health authorities in the tracing and quarantine of close contact of confirmed cases of COVID-19, consistent with DOH guidelines. The school DRRM team shall ensure that contact tracing activities as required by the local health authorities shall be initiated and completed among the possible close contact among DepEd personnel and learners. Strategy to isolate the treat COVID-19. There shall be designated rooms to isolate students and staff with fever and flu-like symptoms near the entrance. School representatives shall immediately notify the family member or guardian of the learners or school personnel. Furthermore, learners are to be accompanied by school representatives at all times until a legal guardian arrives. Then lastly, psychological support. For the first 5 school days, the first hour shall be devoted to discussion, facilitation of modules related to mental health, facilitated by the respective classroom advisors or designated teachers. Designated teachers shall be trained on how to facilitate the modules, which cover the following mental health topics in addition to modules on the nature of COVID-19 and preventive measures, was physical distancing, etc. The school shall maintain or set up a guidance office that will remain operational for the entire school year. Then, lastly, we have immunization and other school health services. The school shall coordinate with the local government units with the implementation of routine school-based immunization. The other school health-related services, such as but not limited to deworming and weekly iron folate acid implementation. A strategy to reintegrate continued access to outpatient health service for physical and mental health resilience, including mental health, immunization, and other school-based service shall be provided. So these are the hotlines and the guidelines on the different case management. This is the contact tracing workflow. Okay, so this is the basic education learning continuity plan of Mental Comprehensive High School, Senior High School. Thank you for watching.
The impact of COVID-19 to education has brought immense change, interruption of learning, disruption of standard assessment, increased risk of violence, impairing funding gaps, high demand for internet connectivity, and the most terrifying impact of all, closure of schools. As everyone deals with COVID-19, MCHS vowed that it will continue to ensure quality education through the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan. The school in this new normal education will never cease in initiating the projects that will promote inclusive education. It is a certified SBM Level 3 public secondary institution consisting of approximately 4,000 enrollees in junior high school and senior high school. Considering its scales of population, MCHS puts premium to retrofit facilities to be protective from COVID-19 and to comply with the minimum public health standards to conduct the face-to-face classes under certain restrictions and guidelines soon. Committed to continuing the goal of providing quality and effective education, MCHS intends to look for possibilities and efficient school processes to conduct face-to-face classes in consonance with the mandate and go signal set by the Education Secretary Leonor Magtoles Briones and President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Despite the physical absence of the learners in school, the personnel have undergone series of activities to provide learners with safe and child-friendly learning environment ready for face-to-face classes. Teachers' initiatives. The competent teachers of MCHS initiated undertakings to motivate the learners and parents in conquering this challenging time of learning. Incentives were given to parents who have completed the distribution and retrieval of modules. Partnership with Alternative Learning System or the ALS. Working learners who had had a hard time doing the regular schedule were endorsed to MCHS ALS team with the approval of the learners themselves and their parents. Advancement of human resource management. The school's most important ways in providing technical assistance are through classroom observation, learning action cell, accomplishment of LDM course, and the annual in-service training, capacitating them to competently handle the diverse needs of their learners and the community in general. COVID-19 Vaccination Hub. MCHS is one of the premier schools of the Schools Division of Davao, took the lead as one of the academic vaccination hubs in the city. The personnel has gone beyond the work. They became frontliners of vaccination. The school supported the division and city health office in providing the academic protection against COVID-19. The Senior High School Blended Zone, Blended Learning plus Generation Z plus One Community. This is a call for a bayanihan para sa paaralan through helping the school establish a Blended Learning Zone kiosk for the Senior High School campus, including the provision of laptops to target students through the help of stakeholders. The school's grantors provided the most deserving students learning sets with ready-to-use laptops, accessories, and a portable Wi-Fi. Be a Spark Project, Brigada Eskwela, stakeholders partnership to acquire reading kits. Project Be a Spark produced 100 reading kits for struggling readers with the idea that the reading kit supports literacy. This helps establish a literacy-friendly home environment by providing school supplies and reading materials with information for parents about the activities for developing reading skills. Setting up of the physical environment. Amidst the curriculum instructions preparations, MCHS Teaching Force has invested time to clear the school's premise in support of the call of the government to maintain a clean environment with evident safety measures and health protocols mandated by the IATF and DOH. Undeniably, MCHS has intensified its commitment to provide a favorable and conducive environment for learning ready for face-to-face modality. COVID-19 Task Force. Regarding school health policy, a school COVID-19 task force was convened to ensure the conduciveness of the physical environment. The contingency actions such as directing persons with suspicious symptoms to go to the nearby screening clinic for appropriate tests and treatment. And if any confirmed case occurs, all students, if face-to-face resumes, teachers and staff must self-isolate and classes should return to distance mode will be documented.
Sa ating kaibigang hard worker na PSDS, Dr. Junito Ogalan, sa ating may dedikasyon at pasipag na punong guro, Ma'am Lea M. Cangelotes ng MCHS, at sa lahat ng mga bumubuo ng SCHS, mga guro, pawis at pagod sa paggawa ng module ay malaking sakripisyo. Saludo kami bilang magulang.
With the future remains unknown, by working together to support and empower the education ecosystem of our community, MCHS will continuously provide quality education in these times of uncertainty. The school is now gearing up to a more intensified implementation of blended learning despite the lacking of gadgets and internet connectivity. It will continue to capacitate teachers as well as the parents in conducting home-based learning with the children.
Good morning. Ako si Tata Bargamento, punong barangay, may buntag sa atong mga ginikanan, mga teachers and students sa Mintal Comprehensive High School. Taking a quick moment to show on behalf of the Mintal Barangay Council our support, the SHIELD, Shaping Inclusive Education for Learners Diversity. Programa sa ating DepEd, programa sa ating Mintal Comprehensive High School. God bless us all.
The school has been complying to the call of not just ensuring education continuity, but also vows to help improve the quality of education amidst the ongoing pandemic. In this educational recovery, when survival is a resemblance to protecting oneself from COVID-19, the humble yet sincere initiatives of the school are most appreciated, especially for the people who have nothing more than their faith, but God will protect them all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, MCHS is now ready for the face-to-face learning modality together with our most excited learners. We are ready as we are fully protected to serve.
Thank you very much, sir, for that all-inclusive presentation. And of course, thank you as well to all our presenters, the different school heads of the different schools. Thank you so much for your time for presenting your preparedness for our face-to-face classes. And at the same time, indeed, Cluster 6 is ready to respond to challenges posed by COVID-19 in the field of basic education. And now, can we entertain some questions if there is? So may questions ba tayo? Okay, so we don't have questions, so let's proceed to our shout-outs first. Okay, let's have Ma'am Leia Jennifer Alfeche Paris. Such as impressive and concrete plan for teachers and students during face-to-face classes, even went an extra mile for extended face-to-face classes. That's right, Ma'am Leia, thank you. Okay, we have here from Ma'am Christine May Kayanong. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Cluster 6, for the very informative topics. Start our day with a smile. Have a blessed day, everyone. Amping. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Amping po, ma'am. Nalipay si father ni mo dire. Another shout-outs from Ma'am Michelle Ansal Renan. Magandang araw sa lahat. Galing talaga ng Cluster 6. Mabuhay mga kaguro. Watching from Optasiano Hilay National High School. That's right, ma'am. Wala na talagang ibang cluster na magaling. Cluster 6 lang talaga. Char, joke lang yun. Okay, there will be only one cluster in the division of Davao City na talagang nagpapakita ng excellence and service. Cluster 6 lang po talaga. Okay, so now let's proceed to the awarding of certificates to our BELCP presenters, to our resource speakers, to our WASH awardees, to our schools and individuals who showed exemplary and extraordinary performances that brings prestige and glory to Cluster 6. So let us begin with the awarding of certificates to our BELCP presenters. So the citation reads as Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Region 11, Cluster 6 Secondary Schools, Tugbook District, Davao City. Certificate of recognition is presented to for being the BELCP presenter during the 4-day virtual media performance review and evaluation of the Cluster 6 on January 31, February 4, 2020 via Facebook Live and StreamYard. Signed, Janito Ogalan, EDD, Public Schools District Supervisor. Their certificate is proudly presented to Mr. Rodrigo J. Cayanong. A virtual applause. Para sadya tagamay. Palakpakan nato. Okay, another certificate of recognition is given to Ma'am Heidi L. Forsuelo. Certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Dr. Emmy B. Gokong of Kapuna National High School. Another certificate of recognition is given to Dr. Leia M. Camilotes from Mintal Comprehensive High School, Junior High School Department. Yay! Palakpakan naman dyan! Okay, another certificate of recognition is given to Armando B. Travero, School Head of Matina Biao National High School. Hooray, hooray! Okay, another certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Elmer B. Suarez, the School Head of Tagakpan National High School. Another certificate of recognition is proudly presented to the School Head of Los Amigos National High School, Mr. Raul E. Kabilugan. Yay! Another certificate of recognition is presented to Yolando I. Cortez, the School Head of Tugbook National High School. Palakpakan naman dyan. Another certificate of recognition is given to Ma'am Merly E. Bangat, the School Head of Emilio J. Estepona National High School. Certificate of recognition is proudly presented to the School Head of Biao National High School, Mr. Ariel F. Lorezon. Certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Mr. Felix O. Abelio, the School Head of Talandang National High School. Yay, sir! Congrats! Another certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Dr. Jason J. Reyes, the School Head of Ula National High School. Certificate of recognition is given to Ma'am Gina May Miquiabas, the School Head of Optasiano Hilay National High School. Another certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Mr. Christopher N. Labastida, the School Head of Bagoshero National High School. Yay! Another certificate of recognition is given to Ma'am Lisare T. Bargayo, the school head of Norberto Bacaro Senior National High School. Another certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Mr. Marlon Paul G. Sampayan, the school head of Dato Ambis Jorog Integrated School. Yay, sir! Another certificate of recognition is given to Mr. Robert B. Ariate, the school head of Carmen Integrated School. Another certificate of recognition is given to Miss Joanna May L. Rojas, the school head of Valderas Integrated School. Another certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Mr. Antonio D. Tutor, the school head of New Valencia Integrated School. Yay, sir! Certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Mr. Henry P. Valladares, the school head of Bartholomew Integrated School. That is all for our awarding of certificates to all our BLCP presenters. Congratulations to all our school heads. You did a great job. Okay. And now let us hear some shout out again. Shout out muna tayo. Okay, from Ma'am Aimee Abrigana. Kasamahan ko ito sa Boy Scout. Congratulations sa lahat ng school leaders. Tama, ma'am. Salute to our school leaders in Cluster 6. Napakagaling talaga. Another shout outs from Ma'am Christina Batingal, Florida. Kasamahan ko din ito sa Boy Scout. Basig pabor-pabor na nga comment, ma'am, ha? Ang galing-galing naman ni Sir Dan. Kulbaan yung kay ko diri, ma'am. Dili mabangbang ang kakulba. Kudos to you, Sir Dan. Okay, ngatawa sila diri. Okay, thank you, ma'am. And from Ma'am Donesa Lucero Scarda, one of the shout out to the TWG of Santo Niño National High School. Good job! Good job! Good job to everyone! Hindi lang po sa Santo Niño National High School but to all the TWG, okay, ng Cluster 6. We have Mintal Comprehensive High School, Tacuna National High School, and Santo Niño National High School. Congratulations. From Ma'am Jonna P. Bacaro. Wow! Cluster 6 is ready for the face-to-face classes. Tama yung kada, ma'am. We are ready. Go, go, go. Cluster 6. All right. And now, I would like to remind everyone that our attendance link is ready on our, flashed already on our screen. So, please accomplish them right away para hindi po tayo masirahan, no? Ma-close ang attendance link. And at the same time, please be informed that our certificates of appearance and participation will be sent through our individual email. So, from time to time po, after our week-long in-service training, you can check your email. Okay, again, please accomplish right away our attendance link. It is already open. Okay, thank you very much. And now, let us proceed to the awarding of certificates again to all our resource speakers. Ito talaga mga brilliant resource speakers natin. Okay, I will read the citation. Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Region 11, the Schools Division of Davao City, Cluster 6 Secondary Schools, the Book District, Davao City. Certificate of Recognition is proudly presented to for being the resource speaker during the 4-day virtual media performance review and evaluation of the Cluster 6 on January 31, February 4, 2020 via Facebook Live and StreamYard. Signed, our very own PSDS, Dr. Janito O. Galan. This certificate is proudly presented to Heidi L. Forzuelo. Ma'am Heidi Forzuelo, yay! Okay, kahit nandiyan tayo sa bahay, sa school, kung saan man tayo, let's give our virtual clap. Certificate of recognition is presented to Ma'am Gina M. Miquiabas. Go, go, go! Another certificate is proudly presented to Mr. Ariel F. Lorezo. This certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Dr. Leia M. Camilotes as one of our resource speakers. All right. Another certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Dr. Emmy B. Gokong. Yay! Diyan pa ba tayo? Yay naman tayo. Okay, certificate of recognition is given to Dr. Norman R. Galabo. Congratulations, Doc! Another certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Ma'am Leia C. Saavedra. Hey, Ma'am! All right. Another certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Mr. Marlon Paul G. Sampayan. All right. Thank you very much to all our resource speakers na nag-invest talaga ng time to share their expertise in our virtual in-service training. Great job, brilliant speakers. And now let us have some shout-outs again. Ganahanay ko shout-out kaya mawala akong kakulba. Okay, from Ma'am Presi Amonense. Thank you and God bless Cluster 6 community. Yes, thank you Cluster 6. Another shout-outs from Ma'am Eileen Soter Orion. Congratulations, Cluster 6 from Talandang National High School. Shout out to all teachers watching here live. Wow! Congratulations, Ma'am! Napaka talaga diligent ng teachers natin from Talandang National High School and to all the teachers in Cluster 6 for staying sa ating live ngayong umaga. Okay. And now let us have another certificate of recognition. This are given to the schools and individuals who have shown extraordinary and exemplary performance that brought prestige and honor and glory as well to Cluster 6. I will read a citation. It's Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Region 11, Davao Region, Schools Divisions of Davao City, Cluster 6, Secondary Schools, Barangay Mintal, Tugbok District, Davao City. Certificate of recognition is awarded to in grateful appreciation and excellent performance as a Region 11 official entry for the 2020-2021 Secretary's Award for Excellence in Curriculum and Instruction in most learning-focused public junior high school small category. The school's participation to the national level brings honor and prestige to Cluster 6 for the attainment of its mantra, Ministerium et Excellentiam, Service and Excellence. Given this 4th day of February 2022 at Cluster 6 Office, Mintal, Davao City, Philippines. Signed, Dr. Janito Ogalan, Cluster 6 Public Schools District Supervisor. Certificate of recognition is awarded to Optasiano Hilay National High School with their school head, Dr. Emmy B. Gokong. Yay! Congratulations, Optasiano Hilay National High School. Another certificate of recognition is awarded to Mintal Comprehensive High School with their school head, Dr. Leia M. Camilotes, in grateful appreciation and invaluable contribution which leads to the successful implementation of various projects and programs of Cluster 6 in promoting effectiveness, efficiency, and excellence. Congratulations, Mintal Comprehensive High School under the leadership of Ma'am Dr. Leia M. Camilotes. Yay! Another certificate of recognition is awarded to Emilio J. Estipona National High School with their school head, Mr. Rodrigo J. Cayanong. Congratulations, sir, and to the school. Certificate of recognition is awarded to in grateful appreciation and excellent performance for winning first place in the 2021 Division Search for Outstanding Brigada Escuela Implementer Small Category, given this 4th day of February 2020 at Cluster 6 Mintal, Davao City, Philippines. Signed, Janito Ogalan, EDD, Public Schools District Supervisor. Congratulations, Ulan National High School, headed by Dr. Jason J. Reyes. Congratulations, sir. Another certificate of recognition is awarded to in grateful appreciation and excellent performance for winning second place in the 2021 Division Search for Outstanding Brigada Eskwela Implementer Large Category. Hooray to Takunan National High School School Head Dr. Emmy B. Gokong. Congratulations! Wow, another certificate of recognition is awarded to in grateful appreciation and excellent performance for winning first place. First place in the 2021 Division Search for Most Clean Secondary School Large Category. Congratulations, our very own Ma'am Heidi L. Forzuelo of Santo Niño National High School. Ipasiatab yun nato ang school, ma'am, no? For being most clean in the division level. Congratulations to all the teachers also. And another one, certificate of recognition is awarded to in grateful appreciation and excellent performance for winning first place in the 2021 Division Search for Most Safe Secondary School Large Category. Congratulations, Takunan National High School School Head Dr. Emmy B. Gokong. Yay! Another certificate of recognition is awarded to in grateful appreciation and excellent performance for winning first place in the 2021 Division Search for Most Safe Secondary School in the medium category. Congratulations, Bartholomew Integrated School School Head Henry P. Valladares. Congratulations. Another certificate of recognition is awarded to for winning second place in the 2021 Division Search for Most Safe Secondary School Medium Category. Talandang National High School with their school head, Mr. Felix O. Abelio. Another certificate of recognition is awarded to for winning second place in the 2021 Division Search for Most Improved School Small Category. Congratulations, Dato Ambis Jarug Integrated School School Head, Mr. Marlon Paul G. Sampayan. Congratulations! Another certificate of recognition is awarded to in grateful appreciation and excellent performance for winning Best TVBI Reading Story Presenter, Best TVBI Reading Script, Best TVBI Reading Material in the Kwentong Parangal 2021, the first TVBI Reading Awards, given this February 2022 at Cluster 6 Office, Mintal, Davao City, Philippines. Congratulations! Saludo po kami sa iyo, Mr. Anacito P. Neri Jr. from Mintal Comprehensive High School. Wow! Napakagaling naman ni sir. Congratulations, sir! Another certificate of recognition is given to Ma'am Leia A. Suarez from Mintal Comprehensive High School in grateful appreciation and excellent performance for winning Best TVBI Reading Story Adaptation in the Kwentong Parangal 2021, the first TVBI Reading Awards. Wow, congratulations, ma'am! All right. Wow, parang napagod ako doon. Ang daming awards hinahinakot ng Cluster 6. Saan pa tayo? Saan pa tayo magstay? Stay where we belong. Excellence in service. Cluster 6. Okay? So let's hear some shout-outs there. Okay? From Sir John Real Palmera, congratulations to all our leaders headed by PSDS Junito Ogalan, our school heads, and all the teaching force of Cluster 6. Mabuhay, and we are now ready for the face-to-face classes. Yes, congratulations. And of course, congratulations also to our PSDS. Okay, another shout out Okay, from Ma'am Sunshine Auman. Hoy, nagpa-shoutout si Ma'am. Congrats po sa lahat ng bumubuo ng ating virtual MPRE this school year 2020-2022. Good job also sa among kauban og amigo. Oh, teka, plastikan ha? From your grade 10 curriculum family. Thank you so much, Ma'am Sunshine, our curriculum head. All right, now let's proceed to the giving of certificate of participation to all our teachers. Okay? Pag naka-sign in po tayo sa ating attendance, pag naka-log in tayo, then na-complete po natin yung participation natin for this week, you will be receiving through email your certificate of participation. Okay? And this is for having actively participated during the 4-day Cluster 6 Media Performance Review and Evaluation on January 31, February 2 to 4, 2022 via online platforms. Given this 4th day of February 2022 at Davao City, Philippines. Signed, our PSDS, Sir Janito O. Galan. All right. Okay. So reminder also that you must submit the expected output na hiningi po sa atin. Kasi after po sa lahat ng mga sessions natin, in the afternoon, meron po tayong output. It will be checked. Okay? It will be checked by your respective school heads or department heads or your master teachers. So dapat may output po tayo before tayo mabibigyan ng certificate of participation. Parang yun po talaga yung requirement. Okay? So again, a reminder to everyone to please submit the output that is expected from us. All right. So another shout out. Yes, we have Ma'am Sheila San Victoris Dumanglas. Wow, taas ng energy ng MC. Go, Sir Dan. Of course, mataas talaga yung energy kasi nandito si Sir Galano. Nandun. Pwede malisang. All right, another shout out. Okay, wala na po tayong shout out. Shout out namin si Sir Galan. Napakabait po talaga. Napakabait. Hi, Sir! All right, so now let us proceed to the awarding of certificates of recognition to all our watch awardees. Okay. As you know, that Cluster 6, a Center of Excellence and Service, we always imbibe the values of punctuality and honesty. Of course, these are essential elements to have a successful life. So, ganyan tayo dito sa Cluster 6. So, we will be giving certificates to all our watch awardees from day 1 to day 3. All right. So, certificate of recognition is proudly presented for advocating time consciousness during the conduct of Cluster 6 Media Performance Review and Evaluation on January 31, February 2 to 4, 2022, held via virtual platform. Signed, of course, the Cluster 6 Watch Coordinator, Mr. Jethro A. Odoy, and our PSDS, Dr. Janito O. Galan. Congratulations for being our watch awardees, Ma'am Ana Teresa G. Solitario. Congratulations! Ma'am Millicent U. Daigdigan. Another watch awardee is we have Sir Ruel P. Jalugo. Another watch awardee is Ma'am Rosalyn G. Batingal. Congratulations also to Mr. Anacito P. Neri Jr., our watch awardee. Another watch awardee is we have Ma'am Sunshine Takyawan. Watch awardee, we have Sir Dan Terence I. Dero. Congratulations, Ma'am Daniel Cristel Joy C. Agcambot. Certificate of recognition is proudly presented again to Ma'am Rosalyn G. Batingal. Certificate of recognition is given to Ma'am Charlene O. Bondalo. Another certificate of recognition is given again to Ma'am Sunshine Takyawan. Congratulations, Ma'am Sunshine. Certificate of recognition for being a watch awardee, we have Ma'am Eunice R. Gentiles. Okay, teacher ko ito noon. Hi, Ma'am. Another certificate of recognition, again, is from Ma'am Rosalyn G. Batingal. Another certificate of recognition is given to Ma'am Marinel M. Paliares. Congratulations, Ma'am. Another certificate of recognition is given to Ma'am Melissa A. Reputana. Congratulations, Ma'am Melissa. Okay, that's it for our Watch awardees. Congratulations to everyone. So, again, we always practice this one in Cluster 6 talaga. We advocate time, consciousness, and honesty. Okay, let us have some... Okay, so again, thank you very much to everyone who are staying us here from day 1 until day 4 of our virtual in-service training. All right, so please do not forget to accomplish our attendance link. Okay, and now let us have... we will be awarding the following teachers who are our Watch awardees on our day 4 of in-service training. Congratulations! Nangunguna pa rin kahapon at ngayon. Ma'am Sunshine Takyawan from Santo Niño National High School. Ano kaya sikreto ni Ma'am? Ma'am, share mo naman yung secret mo sa amin, Ma'am. Baka may mga tips ka dyan. Okay, another awardee from Mintal Comprehensive High School, Senior High School Department, Ma'am Melissa Ripotana. Congratulations. We also have Ma'am Christina B. Florida from Tacuna National High School. Number 4 is Mr. or Sir Don Terence Dero from Tacuna National High School. And our 5th awardee for this day is Mr. Robert John G. Alicaya from Mintal Comprehensive High School. This is prepared by our Watch Coordinator in Cluster 6, Sir Jethro A. Odoy. Congratulations, Sir Jethro. Parang si Sir Jethro yung DTI representative natin dyan sa Watch, no? Congratulations, sir, for napaka talaga, you give your time, no, para sa ating mga Watch awardees. Okay, do we have shout-outs? Wala muna tayong shout-outs ngayon, but we will be giving again certificate of recognition to all our technical working group. Let's begin with Dr. Leia M. Camilotes as part of the technical working group. I mean, as a chairperson, I'm sorry, ma'am. The chairperson of the technical working group, Dr. Leia M. Camilotes. Congratulations. Another certificate of recognition is given to Sir Jimar L. Parantar. Palakpakan naman natin yung ating mga technical working group, no? Another certificate of recognition is given to Maria Lucille O. Mejias. We have Sir Leonardo Aquiles Caburay. We have Cristil Joy A. Fernandez. We also have Ma'am Maria Christine O. Mejias. We also have Dr. John Ryan V. Ignacio. We have Hazel Joy A. M. Nasir. We have Ma'am Kim Molaine J. Quizon. Sir Jilan Earl S. Alcala. Ma'am Lerma B. Salomon. Hey, palakpakan naman natin. We also have Sir Lister Jones M. Baal. Ma'am Heidi L. Forzuelo. Oh, ako yan. Okay, and next please, we have Dr. Emmy B. Gokong. We have Ma'am Laika S. Hayagan. We have Sir Dan Terence Aidero. Sir Jethro A. Odoy. We have Sir John Patrick R. Gige. Okay. We have Sir Alex Gabriel Dagatan. We also have Sir Anesito P. Neri Jr. We have Ma'am Emily L. Kibol. We have Ma'am Agnes S. Bertodazo. Yay! Okay, congratulations to our technical working group na napakakugihan talaga. No? Next, we have here shout-outs. We will be reading shout-outs here from Ma'am Sigel Sonsona. Congratulations, Cluster 6 school heads, teachers, TWG, and to all our brilliant to our brilliant PSDS, Sir John Galan, for our successful MPRE. Tama jud kayo, ma'am. Brilliant jud kayo, Sir Galan. So another one, we have Sir Oliverio Jason. Congratulations, Cluster 6. Kudos and more power. Yes. Yeah! Bumalik na ulit ako dito. No? Sorry for the technical problems. Alam niyo man, live na live tayo dito. Okay? At this juncture, we will be hearing an endearing message, a closing remark from our ever-vibrant, energetic Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Janito O. Galan. A round of applause.
Okay, good morning everyone. It's 7:45. Time check is 11:45 in my watch. Thank you so much, Denmark Hernandez. Siya yung pinaka-brilliant, no? Pasa na nako sa iyaha. The most energetic host, the very enthusiastic person, teacher here in Cluster 6. So congratulations, Denmark, for a job well done. Congratulations also to Hazel Joy M. Nase, the host for the 3-day activity, the Mid-Year Performance Review and Evaluation. I do hope that Hazel Joy now is watching. Thank you so much. Congratulations for a job well done. Now, I would like also... Laika daw. Laika. Hindi ko nakita si Laika. What's the name? Laika Hayagan. Laika Hayagan of Tacuna National High School, the host of the Day 2 activities for our mid-year performance review and evaluation. Mabuhay ka, Laika. I know you very well. You are performing teacher there in Tacuna National High School. And of course, I would like to commend, no, grabe ang akuang pasalamat from the innermost chamber of my heart, the core from my heart, are the documentation team coming from Santo Niño National High School, Tacuna National High School, and Mintal Comprehensive High School. Without you, this major performance review and evaluation, the 4-day activity will not be a successful one. Kudos to them. And of course, the three principals, no? The three principals, I think sila na lang the Tris Marias, kaya wala namang kwadro. The Tris Marias of Cluster 6 principals, Mrs. Heidi Porzuelo, Dr. Leia Camilotes, and Dr. Emmy Gukong. And of course, the 20 school heads from integrated schools, junior high school principals, as well as the senior high school principal. The 20 school heads, dynamic, very excellent, and service-oriented school heads of Cluster 6, plus the resource speakers also. Thank you so much. Congratulations for delivering it excellently during our major performance review and evaluation. And to the teachers out there, congratulations for your patience, understanding, and collaboration for our major performance review and evaluation. And you deserve a truckload of congratulations. You deserve warm congratulations for your support and cooperation for this 2022 MPRE activities. Now, as mentioned kanina, I just want to remind you, no, before you will get your certificate of participation, I just want to remind you of your output, the submission of outputs, which is very important, no, of this major performance review and evaluation. Whatever inputs that were given by the resource speakers, whatever contents or knowledge that you have gained, you have to apply this in your respective stations by providing us the outputs, no? First, for the teachers, no, output to be submitted is the individual work home learning plan that should be submitted in covering the third quarter. Second is the individual learning monitoring plan. If there are SARDOS or students at risk of dropping out or learners who have difficulties in the different subject areas, you are going to submit the ILMP or individual learning monitoring plan for learners at risk. Another one, kailangan tatlo ito, is the individual performance commitment review form or the IPCRF for the first semester, the first half of the school year, the IPCRF. Again, reminding all the teachers to submit, this is a must, the IWHLP or the individual work home learning plan for the third quarter. If there are students at risk or learners at risk in your subject area, you are going to submit the individual learning monitoring plan or ILMP. And the third one is your IPCRF for your for the first semester or first half of school year 2021-2022. Dili ka ikyas ang mga teachers. Same also with the school heads. The school heads must submit. Di na to nihatag ang certificate nila. If they cannot submit the Office Performance Commitment and Review Form or known as the OPCRF for the first semester, school year 2021-2022. The second one is the submission of the operational manual for the limited face-to-face classes. Why? I'm looking this operation manual for limited face-to-face classes because all schools must prepare with this operation manual, considering that we will be having a search for the most conducive school starting February until May 2022, the second round search for most outstanding and most conducive schools in the division of Davao City. And one of the significant material or significant element for this search for most conducive school and most outstanding school is the presentation of your operational manual for limited face-to-face classes. I hope that is clear to all of us. Now, I am going to comment and recognize also the participation of the school heads for the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan from the Integrated School Henry Valladares of Bartholomew Integrated School. For the Junior High School Small Category, Norberto Bacaro Senior National High School, represented by Lisa Ribargayo. For medium category in the Junior High School, the Emilio Estipuna National High School, represented by Ma'am Merly Bangat. For the large category, Junior High School is Los Amigos National High School, represented by Raul A. Kabilugan. And of course, from the Senior High School, Mintal Comprehensive High School, Senior High School Department, represented by Rodrigo J. Cayanong. Now, I am expected for your output in the operation manual that should be operationalized. That should be contextualized with your respective schools for the school heads. Okay? Now, you have presented the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, and I just want to cite the presentation of Mr. Rodrigo J. Cayanong of the Senior High School, and that is the Joint Circular Memorandum number 1, series of 2021 between the Department of Education and the Department of Health. Mauto ang atong basis in making the operation manual, no? I do hope that our operation manual must be understood by our stakeholders, must be understood by our learners, understood by the parents, the local communities, and other stakeholders in the community. The presentation, katulad siya, yung presentation ni Ma'am Lisari, ni Sir Henry, ni Sir Raul, at saka ni Ma'am Merly, dapat ma-contextualize to sa inyong school. Kato lang ang kuan siguro ang akong suggestion and recommendation na it should be simple, it should be clear, it should be understood upon reading by our stakeholders. But the point of preference is yung sinasabi ko nga Joint Circular Memorandum number 1 series of 2021 between the Department of Education and the Department of Health. So with that, thank you so much. Congratulations. And mabuhay ang Cluster 6. Basta Cluster 6, the best in the division of Davao City. In Cluster 6, we prevail, we serve, we lead. Keep up the good work. Yes, that is really true, Dr. Janito Ogalan, our PSDS, that we are the best in the division
of Davao City, Cluster 6. All right. We would like also to acknowledge and say our thanks to Ma'am Bersil Uy for allowing us to use her StreamYard account. So thank you very much, Ma'am Bersil Uy. Thank you, Ma'am. All right. At the same time, I would like to acknowledge also the technical working groups coming from Mintal Comprehensive High School, headed by Dr. Leia M. Camilotes, and the in-service training in charge. We have Sir Jemar Parandar and the team. From Santo Niño National High School, we have Ma'am Heidi L. Forzuelo and Lester Jones, Sir Lester Jones M. Baang and the team. And of course, from the Kuna National High School, we have Dr. Emmy Gokong and Ma'am Laika Hayagan and Sir Dan Terence Dero. Congratulations and thank you very much. That concludes our 4th day of in-service training, our mid-year performance review and evaluation 2022 in the Cluster 6. Together, let us face the challenges of the new normal with the virtues of the old normal: courage, faith, adventure, and discovery. Along with it, the Cluster 6 core values. Good morning and have a great day to everyone! Happy lunch! Please also subscribe to the channel Ahedres LJ's YouTube channel. Nakita niyo dyan sa baba, i-subscribe niyo. Mahirap basahin, pero hindi mahirap i-subscribe. Subscribe na po mga kaibigan, kaguro. Alright. And our evaluation link is now open. Congratulations everyone. Congratulations teachers. Congratulations Dr. Janito Ogalan and to all our school heads. Mag-enjoy po tayo ngayong Friday na to kasi may PBB na. Para sa bulsa-bulsa. PBB. All right. Have a great day. Good afternoon. Good morning.